I don't know, I just feel like streetwear is kind of a hard thing to understand for somebody who isn't into it. And I feel like I wish that I had a way to like explain it to them so they could understand.
Yeah, that's a line and a half, bro. Bro, it don't even stop. It keeps going. That's a different line.
Are these cargo pants? I got them in one of my challenge videos at Neiman Marcus.
570 and these were 1100.
Get brave to something that's exclusive, right? Get money for it. And then, flip that.
You flip it.
Yeah.
You know that's a big trend now.
Iconic, and that shoe, when Denzel wore that shoe in the movie, it was just, classic.
Streetwear nowadays is such a broad term. It's like a subculture based off of fashion that has a lot of influences: rap, hip hop, punk music, basketball, skating, surfing.
It's more urbanized, like a modern kind of look to yourselves that you would see in like New York City or like bigger cities.
It's just like it's like an interesting subculture where it's just like as simple as, they're cool clothes and you want to wear cool clothes. That's it, yeah. I don't think it's necessarily anything too crazy or too deep to think about. It's just like, if you like the piece of clothing, then you can wear it. Fashion is just very strange in general. There's just so many different subgenres of everything. But all right, under fashion, you have streetwear, right? You can have like skater wear, tech wear. Tech wear is like utilitarian, futuristic looking clothes, apocalyptic looking clothes. The Fear of God has its own aesthetic, which is very like California, rugged, beat up type of aesthetic. Yeah, there's a lot of different like subgenres of streetwear. There's a lot of history to streetwear. There's so many influential people when it comes to streetwear. Nigo, Pharrell, Kanye West, Sean Stussy, James Jebbia, the guy that started Supreme. The people that are influencing what's popular now would be like A$AP Rocky, Jaden Smith, Virgil Abloh is on the come up and he's doing really good things. Jerry Lorenzo, there's just so many people that are influential now, but a lot of streetwear originally wasn't necessarily expensive. As streetwear is becoming a bigger thing and they're collaborating with bigger luxury brands, it's getting very expensive, and traditionally like fashion with like designers, they've always been expensive. So for most teenagers that are into it, they obviously can't afford a lot of like the designers that they're into. Streetwear in general is like a luxury kind of subculture to be into, right? Like not everyone can be into streetwear because a lot of the pieces are expensive. But like not everyone can be into cars because cars are expensive. It's the same kind of thing,
I'd say definitely Supreme is up there.
Gucci, Louis, Fear of God, I have Off-White.
Recently, Nike and Adidas have been coming back with a lot of collaborations between Adidas has Kanye West, Nike has Travis Scott.
I feel like I strayed more towards hypebeastie brands or more popular brands because they're easier to wear among regular people that don't know anything about like streetwear versus like Raf Simons, Mason Margiela, Rick Owens. They have a lot of strange pieces. So like I definitely like a lot of those pieces, but I can't necessarily wear them casually among people that aren't into it because it'd be kind of weird. So yeah.
The money was a big part of it. I realized that there was a big demand in aftermarket for a lot of stuff. I kind of took more of an approach on how to make money off of it. I do have like a personal collection of stuff like that, but now I'm more into making money from it. There's two main ways for releases. There's either a first come, first served, which happens very rarely now. I think the most I've ever waited was 17 hours for a pair of shoes. There's a lot of raffles, so a lot of stores have apps that you can download on your phone, and you can just enter the raffles on the apps. The deadline is the day before the release, and they'll notify you if you won or not. So a lot of the times I'll look at the market like a few days before a release. My rule is if I don't make more than $20 on a pair, then I just won't go for it. I use StockX and Goat, which are just two websites and apps to use, and you can just see like what like the asks are, like the lowest ask and the highest bids for like what people are willing to pay. So I use that to kind of just think about like what the market would be after a release, because 90% of the time after a shoe releases, the price always goes down because there's a lot more people like have it and it affects the market. So retail on these is $130. So a lot of like the pairs over here, I paid $130 for. But there's websites that'll use, like they have like discounts or like promotions going on that I'll take advantage of and get as many of these as I can. The biggest profit that I ever made was probably the Jordan 1 satin black toe. It retailed for $160. I sold it for $1,000 the day that I got it. And then for how many to get, it all depends on how many people I can have. So a lot of the stores are one per person. So I'll try and get all my friends. I'll be like, hey, I'll give you 10 bucks, just come wait in line with me. So for buying wise, I do a lot of buying in store. So my main source of place for buying is the King of Prussia Mall. I'm there pretty much every single like big shoe release. Online, select retailers from Nike, Adidas, Yeezy Supply is a big one. There's a lot more of like smaller websites that release. For selling, I'd say like StockX and Goat are probably the two main places where people would sell shoes. There's a lot of places like consignment, so local consignment, or there's bigger ones like Flight Club or Stadium Goods, where you ship your shoes in and they sell them for you and you get paid out after once they sell. We use the term Deadstock, which is pretty much just like brand new, like never tried on, and that's pretty much like what you want to sell your shoes as, and that's like online, like through StockX and Goat. Goat has a used option as well, but mint condition is pretty much like I want to say like the starter like currency for it. All the stuff that I sell is always mint condition or dead stock, because as soon as like it's tried on or like worn a bunch, then like the price goes down a significant amount.
Now, would opening boxes consider breaking dead stock or no?
No, just as long as you don't really like wear the shoe, it's all pretty much considered would be dead stock. I'd say like 90% of it would be shoes. I feel like shoes, there's just always something that's there to make money on, whereas Supreme and like a lot of like the Cactus Plant flea market stuff that they've been releasing, it's very hit or miss. Like some of the stuff will do really well, but like a lot of it just won't really have any aftermarket. Botting is basically a way just to get a lot more sneakers or Supreme or anything really. You can set like a keyword or like set like a link, and the bot will automatically like try to check out with the information you provided and the link. The prices varies. So it's just like sneakers. There's like a retail and then there's an aftermarket. So there's bots that will retail for like $300 and they'll resell for like $3,000. Or there's some that'll go for just like stay at the retail price and like always be in stock. But it takes a lot to learn about how to use it. It's definitely more of like an advanced technique to go about for sneakers, but it definitely increases your margins. I do think it's unfair to people, but then again, I also think it is fair, because if you really want to take this seriously and like get as much as you can out of it, then like you're gonna go the extra step and spend like the $1,000 on the bot to get more pairs of shoes. I think two or 3 years ago, there was a pair of Ultra Boosts releasing on Kith. It was the Black Friday collab with Kith and Adidas, and I was trying to get them, but I accidentally ended up purchasing 2 pairs of $400 Y3 like running shoes. So I tried to cancel it, they wouldn't cancel it, and I ended up losing. I traded one away for like a Supreme skateboard, and I just gave one away for a Christmas present. So that set me back a lot.
I have never purchased any fake things as far as I know. If I know something's fake, that just kind of like sits bad on me. It's just, I don't like that feeling. I think it's very important for most people when they want to buy something real, they get it for real. So online marketplaces like GOAT or StockX, they verify all of the sneakers that you purchase. They get sent to their warehouses where their experts would like look at it and like feel around to make sure it's real. And then there is like a fake market. There are people that they want the design or they want this piece, but they don't really want to pay that whole price. And I mean, I guess like from a moral perspective or whatever, that's fine. Like from a personal perspective, like if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But then I don't know. I saw some documentary from a while ago where it's like the fake market, a resale market, somehow it connects to like the black market or like some underground like sketchy stuff. So like when you buy like a fake Jordan 1 from China or something like that, that money will go, you don't know where that money's going. Like it could go somewhere not good. That's another thing. Morally, I can't really do that. I mean, if you look at it, you can compare this hobby to like a lot of other hobbies. There are a lot of expensive hobbies. Some people collect baseball cards, some people collect Post-it notes or stamps and stuff, like, and some of those get really expensive. For me, I don't know, I just like the way things look, so I buy them. And do they have to be that expensive all the time? No, I have a lot of clothes that just aren't expensive. And then another thing is like, a lot of times when you do pay a lot of these expensive prices, you get quality. Sometimes I feel like it's better to have more quality clothes over quantity of clothes. Where you grow up and your culture and ethnically how you grew up, that definitely has a big like part to play with like how streetwear is seen in your culture. Like for sure, in Asian cultures like Korea and stuff and Japan, they take fashion way more seriously. Well, not seriously, but like it's just more ingrained in their culture where they naturally just wear better outfits. That's just what they do. They wear cooler clothes and stuff. In American culture, I guess there's kind of like America has this kind of like, again, America's big too, right? America's not just one opinion, there's a lot of opinions. Like in New York and stuff, they're very open-minded about outfits and stuff. But like for most of America, I feel like people think that like if you're a dude, especially if you're a dude and you're into fashion, it's kind of weird. It's like, why do you give a shit about what you wear? It's like, that's not cool, you know what I mean? I guess for most of them, yeah, American culture, it's like, for most of America, the majority of America, they don't care what they wear. They just wear whatever, and they don't really give like two thoughts about like their outfits when they put it together. Besides like New York or something like that, the culture has a big play on it. I guess America is not as into it as other countries. Asian countries are really into it. It's just like ingrained in the culture. It's as simple. Streetwear can be as simple as these are cool clothes, so I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna wear cool clothes. But then you can also go to the deeper artistic level, right? And you could appreciate like the designs and like the history of certain pieces. I like cool clothes, so I wear cool clothes. I want to look cool. I think that's like the best way for me to try and explain it.